Live session. This is Gayatri here. So today's session is on quantitative ability. So try this question and tell me the answer, and then I'll start solving it. So this is on data sufficiency. So what is given here? In the following questions, you have to find out which of the following statements are redundant for determining the answer of the given question or can be dispensed with. The question is, the amount of rupees 1,500 is distributed among A, B and C, who are wage earners. What amount does B get? And they have given three statements about efficiency of each of them and the days on which they are working. So let us solve it. What is given? The amount of rupees 1,500 is to be distributed among A, B and C. How much does B get? A is twice more efficient than C. So to solve this question, I am going to assume that in one day, let's take A will do A units, B will do B units of work and C will do C units of work respectively. Okay. Now, what does the first statement say? First statement says A is twice more efficient than C. So, if I say in one day A does A units of work, C will do C units of work, what is the relationship between this? A is twice more efficient than C. So, in the time A will do twice as much as C in one day, correct? So, in one day, if I say C does C units, A in the same day will do 2C, because A is twice as efficient as C, or A is twice more efficient than C, okay? Now, A and B work for 10 days, which is twice the number of days C works. So here what do I know? A is working for 10 days, B is working for 10 days and C works for 5 days. It is given A is working for 10 days, B is working for 10 days and C, which is twice the number of days C works, or C works half of 10, that is 5. C works for 5 days. Next, if C can do a work in 2 days, then B can do the work in 3 days. So in 2 days, how many units of work will C do? C will do 2C units. In 3 days, how many units of work will B do? 3B. So 2C is equal to 3B. So what is the question? Totally I have 1,500 rupees which has to be distributed equally among, which has to be distributed, not equally, which has to be distributed among A, B and C according to the work that they have done. How much will B get? So how will you actually solve this question? See, A and B are working for 10 days, right? So A will do 10A units, B will do 10B units and C will do 5C units, right? So basically you have to find out the relationship between A, B and C and try to represent the given information in terms of any one, either A or B or C, and then you can find out how can you split this 1,500, right? So for that, all these three statements are required to arrive at the answer. Yeah, you cannot do away with any one statement, right? So all the three statements are necessary to arrive at the answer. So what will be the answer? None of the given statements are redundant. None of them are redundant. So your answer will be option 5, right? So ideally, how would you be doing it? See, 10A, 10B and 5C, correct? So either represent everything in terms of A, or represent everything in terms of B, or represent everything in terms of C, right? Any one variable you choose. Like for example, here I can say, see, I know A is equal to 2C. So what is 10A? 10A is nothing but 20C, okay? So 20C, this is 5C, and what is 10B? Now 2C is equal to 3B, or I can say B is equal to 2 by 3C. So here what will I have? I will have 10 into 2 by 3C. So basically I will represent the units of work done by each of them in terms of C, and this is the ratio in which I have to give the money, correct? This is the ratio in which I have to distribute the money, because this is how much of work each of them have done, right? You need not solve all this. I am just explaining it for the sake of explaining as to how you would approach the problem if it was a normal question, but here it is a data sufficiency question, so you just have to say which statements are enough to answer the question, or say which statements are not necessary to answer the question. So directly you can mark the answer as option 5. You need not get into solving. Just by looking at the given information, we will be able to say what the answer is. Next one. A 20-meter long wire is cut into 3 pieces. How long is the longest piece? Again, for this question, you have to find out which of the following statements are redundant for determining the answer. Okay. So how will you solve this one? what is given here? A 20-meter long wire is cut into 3 pieces. How long is the longest piece? Okay, so you have a 20-meter wire which is cut into 3 pieces. You have to find the length of the longest piece. Now what does the first statement say? 2 pieces are each 2 meters shorter than the longest piece. So if I say the longest piece is x centimeter, then what will be the length of the other 2 pieces? It's going to be x minus 2 each. Right? That's what it says. 2 pieces are each 2 meters shorter than the longest piece. So these are going to be the 3 pieces. So if I add x plus x minus 2 plus x minus 2, my answer is going to be 20. So from this, if I solve this, I can find out the value of x. That is what they are asking for. So using statement 1 alone, I am able to arrive at the answer. So now in this case, what does this mean? Using statement 1 alone, I can arrive at the answer. So actually this 2 and 3 are not required. Right? So I can say 2 and 3 are redundant basically, right? Only 1 is required, 2 and 3 are redundant. So that is one possibility. You should not stop it there. So you should not mark the answer as only 2 and 3 here at this point itself, right? Check what is given in 2 and 3 also, because see, there is an option like this also, right? So you have to check if this would be the answer or this, okay? So by looking at the first statement, we can say that if we are using the first statement alone to find the answer, 2 and 3 are redundant, right? Now let us look at the statement 2 and 3. So what is given here? 2 pieces of wire are of the same length. So let's say one piece is x, the other piece is also x, or let's take another variable so that it's easier. Okay, if I take one piece is y centimeter, the other piece is also y centimeter. So what will be the length of the third piece? It will be 20 minus 2y. Y plus y, 2y. So total minus, that is 20 minus 2y. That will be the length of the third piece. But again, using this information, the second statement alone, can I find out what the answer is? I cannot. I cannot find out what is the value of y or what is the value of 20 minus 2y. Basically, I cannot find out which is the longest piece. So using second statement alone, I cannot get the answer. Now let us look at the third statement. The third statement says the longest piece of the wire is 30% more than the smallest piece. So what does that mean? If the longest piece of the wire is 30% more than the smallest piece. So if the smaller piece is y, or let us take it as z, whatever be it. Okay, if the smaller piece is y, then the longer piece will be 1.3. Smaller piece is z, longer piece will be 1.3 times z, right? 30% more than the smallest piece. Now if I combine these two statements, what does that mean? If I combine these two statements, then it means that I have 2 pieces which are equal in length, right? 2 pieces which are of the same length, and the longest piece is 30% more than the smallest piece. So if I say there are 2 pieces whose length is y, then the longest piece will be 1.3 times y. So again, using these 3, right, I can say y plus 1.3y, that is equal to 20, and by solving this I can find out the value of y and I can find out what is 1.3y. That is what they are asking, right? So if I combine statement 2 and 3, again I am able to find the answer for the question. So if this is the case, then this 1 is not required, it becomes redundant. So what will be your answer? Either statement 1 alone is redundant or statement 2 and 3 are redundant. So what will your answer be? Your answer will be option C, either 1 or 2 and 3. Clear? See, always keep this in mind. Whenever you have questions on data sufficiency, do not waste your time doing the exact calculation. Might be you will have to frame the equation to just verify whether you will be able to arrive at the answer by solving the equation. That's all. Don't waste your time solving the question. Might be note down the equation, see if with the given information you will be able to arrive at the answer. If so, mark the answer, go to the next question. Okay, next question. The next question is on time and work. Again, this is a very easy question if you approach it the right way. So in time and work, there are always 2 methods in which you can approach any question. You have the unitary method and also you have the LCM method. I always say this in the sessions, but still I am repeating. Choose the method to be used to solve the question depending upon the question. For many questions, unitary method is very easy. For many questions, using the LCM method would be easy. Okay. Now try this question and tell me what the answer will be. So let's solve it. So I'm going to approach this question using unitary method because I feel that is the easiest way to approach this particular question. So what is given here? A can complete a work in 50 days. He works for 10 days and left the work. So A can finish the full work in 50 days. He is working for 10 days. So what is the fraction of work that A has completed? A has completed 10 by 50 or 1/5 of the work. Correct? Totally A is taking 50 days to complete the work. He has worked for 10 days only. So he will complete only 1/5 of the work. So what part of work is remaining? So A has completed 1/5 of the work. Remaining is 4/5 of the work. Now to complete this 4/5 of the work, B takes 60 days. Okay. So to complete 4/5 of the work, B is taking 60 days. So how many days will B take to complete the full work? How many days B would have taken to complete the full work? B would have taken 75 days. Now how do I say this? See, 4 parts of 5, 4/5 is 60. Basically 60 is divided into 4 equal parts, right? Or I can say 1/5 of the work is 15. So if B has to complete the whole work, right? The one full work, how many days will B take? 60 plus another 1/5 has to be completed. 1/5 is 15, right? So 60 plus 15 or 75 days, correct? So B can do the full work in 75 days. I hope this part is clear. See, B can complete 4/5 of the work in 60 days. So the full work can be completed by B in how many days? In 75 days. Okay. Now what are they saying here? Had B started the work and left it after 30 days. So B is starting the work and working for 30 days. So how much of the work will B complete? B would have completed 30 by 75 or B would have completed 2/5 of the work. So how much work is remaining? Remaining work is now 3/5, right? 2/5 of the work is done by B. So the remaining work is 3/5 of the work is remaining. Now this work has to be done by A. In how many days will A do it? I know A can do 1/5 of the work in 10 days. So 3/5 of the work A will do in how many days? 3 into 10, 30 days. Right? So the answer for this question will be option 4, 30. Is it clear? Is any further explanation needed for this question? It's very easy, right? If you consider these fractions, solving this is very easy. Don't use any other method to solve this question. I think this is the easiest way to approach it. So next we are moving on to a data interpretation set. This is a missing data interpretation table that is given here. So what is given? Read the following table carefully and answer the given questions. Data related to newborn babies and babies born in above poverty line family in UP. That is what is given. Okay. So let's look at the question. The number of newborn babies increased by 20% from 2013 to 2016. If 75% of the newborn babies are born in above poverty line families in 2016, then the number of newborn babies who are born in above poverty line families in 2016 is dash. So how will you solve this? It's very easy actually. What is given here? The number of newborn babies increased by 20% from 2013 to 2016. In 2013, how many newborn babies are born? 8540. So in 2016, how many newborn babies were born? 20% more than this, right? Or 8540 into 120 by 100. Now 120 by 100 is how much? 120 by 100 in terms of fractions. If you say it is nothing but 6 by 5. Correct? Okay. Now if 75% of the newborn babies are born above poverty line in 2016. So in 2016 newborn, how many newborns are born above poverty line? 75% of the total number of newborns. That is nothing but 8540 into 6 by 5, right? Into 75% of this. 75% is what? 3/4. 3/4 of this, right? So this is the answer that you are looking for. Solve it. So what will you get the answer as? This is 10. This will get cancelled. So you will have 854 into 9. That's going to be your answer, which is nothing but 7686. right? Last digit will be 6. Actually, there is only one option which has last digit 6. So this possibly will be the answer, but still you have none of these. So it's better to check it also once. So your answer will be 7686. Next question from the same set. In 2011, the ratio of the number of newborn babies to that of newborn babies who were born in above poverty line families was 10:7. The number of female babies who are born in above poverty line families 2011 is what percentage of the number of babies born in the same year? This is a very, very easy question. So what is given here? In 2011, the ratio of the number of newborn babies to that of the newborn babies who were born above poverty line in the families is 10:7. So if I say in 2011, totally there are 10 newborn babies. If I say there are 10 newborn babies, out of this, the newborn babies to the newborn babies above poverty line. So if there are 10 newborn babies, 7 of the newborn babies are above poverty line. Correct? So next, what are they saying? The number of female babies who were born in above poverty line in 2011. Okay, number of female babies above poverty line in 2011 is what percentage the number of male babies. See here, you know, in 2011, the ratio between male babies to female babies born above poverty line is 4:3. So this, how can you divide 7 in the ratio 4:3? That means that there are 4 male babies who are above poverty line and there are 3 female babies who are above poverty line. Correct? So what is the question? The number of female babies who are born above poverty line families in 2011 is what percentage the number of babies born the same year. So 3 out of 10. What percentage is this? 30%. Right? Answer is option 1. So if this is confusing, just assume that totally there are 100 newborn babies. If there are 100 newborn babies, it is given the number of newborn babies to above poverty line is 10:7. If there are 100 newborn babies, then how many babies will be above poverty line? 70 will be above poverty line. Out of the 70, male and female are in the ratio 4:3. So 40 will be male, 30 will be female. So the percentage that we are looking for is 30 by 100 into, or 30%, right? 30%. Either with 100 or by using 10 itself, you get the answer easily. Okay. So the answer here is option 1, 30%. Next question. See, if we look at this data interpretation set that was asked, except for 2 questions in the set, all the other questions were very easy, or the calculations was minimal. Okay. So remember this in exam. Even if you are getting a data interpretation set, might be all the questions will not be easy. At least solve the easy ones, right? If there is a question which is really difficult, might be keep it towards the end. You can skip it if there is no time, but try to get the easy questions correct, okay? Not all questions in a data interpretation set will be difficult. So how will we solve this? What is given here? If the number of female babies who were born in above poverty line families 2013 was 2196. So this is 2013. This is the year that we are looking at. So in this year, the number of female babies who are born above poverty line is 2196. See, totally out of 8540 newborns, 60% of them are above poverty line. So totally how many are above poverty line? 8540 into 60 by 100. Now again, what is 60%? Or okay, instead of doing it directly, you can cut these zeros, right? 854 into 6. What is that? 854 into 6 is 5124, right? So I have totally 5124 newborns who are above the poverty line. Out of this 5124 newborns, I know 2196 are female. So how many males are there? 5124 minus 2196, right? Out of 5124 newborns who are above poverty line, 2196 are female. So how many male children are there who are above poverty line? 2928. What is the required ratio? 2196 by 2928. Again, dividing this correctly is very difficult, right? To find the correct one. So it's like approximately doing 22 divided by 29. Right, approximate, I'm just saying, right? See, 22 divided by 29 approximately. So what will be the answer that you get? You know, it's going to be 0.7 something, right? Here 5 by 6, right? 5 by 6 will be what? 5 by 6 will approximately be 0.8, right? Similarly 6 by 7, again it will be 0.8 some value. 2 by 3 is, we know, 0.66, right? 3 by 4 is 0.75. Closest from the options is this. You have none of these, yes, I do agree, but in the examination we have to take a chance and go with 3 by 4. Yeah, otherwise how would you, solving it, getting the actual answer is difficult, right? You can simplify and get the answer as well. You can simplify these two, see what will go, either 2 or 3, whatever goes, you can cancel and get the answer. This is one way of trying it. If none of these was there, obviously this method will work better. Yes, so the answer is 3:4. Next one. In 2014, if the ratio of the male babies who were born in below poverty line families to the female babies who were born in below poverty line families was 7:4. Okay. So in 2000, which year are we considering? 2014. So let's try it. So we had considered the year 2014. They have given the ratio of the male babies who were born below poverty line to female baby below poverty line is 7:4. Okay. And the number of female babies who are born in the below poverty line is 1416. So first, if I say that totally there are X children, okay, who are born below poverty line, right? So X children are below poverty line. So below poverty line there are X children, right? Out of this X children, how many female children are there? See, male to female below poverty line is in the ratio 7:4, right? Or I can say 4 by 11th of this, right? 7:4 means if the total is 11, 4 by 11 is female, and this I know is 1416. Or I can say how many children are there below poverty line? There are 1416 into 11 by 4 children who are below poverty line. Let's not start solving at this point itself, because if you start solving step by step, then lot of calculations are involved. Many times keep the calculations till towards the end. You will be able to cancel out some terms and arrive at the answer faster. Okay. Now what is this X? This X represents the number of children who are below the poverty line. Or here I know that 45% of the total children are above poverty line, or 55% of the total children are below poverty line. So if the total number of children are T, right, 55 by 100 of this T is nothing but what we have, right, X, or this 55 by 100 of the total number of children is nothing but 1416 into 11 by 4, right? So what is the total number of children that are there? Solve this. 5. You will have T is equal to 1416 into 100 by 4. Correct? Yes, correct, no? Yeah. So here what will you have? 1416 divided by 4 will be 354, right? It have I didn't take this 5, right? Here there is a 5 which I forgot. Okay, so that is 7080. Correct? So 7080 is the total number of children, newborn babies, right? 7080 is the total number of newborn babies. Now what is the question? What is the difference between the number of newborn babies in 2015 and that in 2014? Difference of these two. 8700 minus 7080. What is the answer? 1620, option 4. Yes? See, in this whole set, might be this question was the one which was easy only, but a bit of 2 or 3 steps involved. If you see, all the other questions were very, very easy, right? You could have got the answer really fast. So do not skip data interpretation sets just by looking and assuming that it will be difficult. Next question is on equations. Again, equations many times is a mark scoring section. So try out questions on equations also. Don't skip it blindly. Many times by looking at the question itself, you will be able to say what the answer is depending upon the sign that appears before B, X and C, right? Using the sign table that we have learnt. So what is given here in these questions? 2 equations numbered 1 and 2 are given. You have to solve both the equations and find out the correct option. So tell me what is the solution of X and what is the value of Y? Saeed has given the answer. Saeed says the answer is option D. Okay, let us check. Anybody else got the answer? Yes, all of you are getting the answer as option D. Let's try it out. So what is the first equation here? Let us bring all the terms to one side. So what do you have? You have, I'm taking this 9x square and minus 10x to the other side. So I will have 4x squared minus 8x plus 3 is equal to 0. So what I have, product of two numbers is 12, sum of the two numbers is 8. What will be the two numbers? The two numbers has to be 6 and 2, right? Sum of the two numbers is 8 and their product is 12. So what will be the roots that we are looking for? What is the coefficient of x squared? It is 4. So 6 by 4 and 2 by 4 is the roots that we are looking for. Again, what is the sign before bx and what is the sign before c? The sign before bx is minus, the sign before c is plus. So when this is the sign, right, minus plus, both the roots will be positive, right? Always remember the sign table that we have learned. See, minus plus, right? Sign before bx, sign before c, the sign of the smaller root, sign of the bigger root. So here I have minus and plus, right? So both the roots are going to be positive. So these are my roots, right? So my roots here, or the values of x, is nothing but 3 by 2 and 1 by 2. Now next one, let us find out y. So how, again, let us rewrite the equation in y. Let's bring all the variables to one side. So what will you have? Here I have 2y squared minus 11y plus 12, that is equal to 0. So I have to find two numbers whose product is 24. 12 twos are 24 and the sum of the two numbers is 11. Right? So what can be the two numbers? The numbers has to be 8 and 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. 8 3s are 24. So what is the root that we are looking for? 8 divide by 2, right? 8 by 2 and 3 by 2. Again, minus plus is the symbol before bx and c term. So both the roots will be positive. So what will be the roots? The roots will be 4 and 3 by 2. So what is the relationship between x and y? X is less than or equal to y. Option D is your answer. Next one. The next question is again another data interpretation set. And this was the easiest one of both the on comparing both the sets. This set was the easiest. So actually, typically in the examination, you should have definitely attempted this set. And the other question that we did on newborn babies, at least 2 to 3 questions from that you should have tried out in the exam. Okay, at least the easy ones where calculations were not there. Now look at the questions from this set. What is given here? Study the following table carefully to answer the questions that follow. So the maximum and minimum temperature recorded on the first day of each month in 5 different cities is given. Okay. In which month respectively is the maximum temperature of Mussoorie the second highest and the minimum temperature of Ooty the lowest? So where is Mussoorie? Mussoorie is here. Maximum temperature the second highest. When is the maximum temperature second highest? See, maximum temperature most highest one is on October, second highest is here, 1st September. Correct? Similarly, minimum temperature of Ooty the lowest. When is that? So minimum temperature is here of Ooty. When is it lowest? 1st January. That's all. So what will be your answer? 1st September and 1st January. Option 2. Very easy question. Less than 10 seconds you should say what the answer is. Next. Again, this is also a fairly easy one. What is given? If the maximum temperature of Darjeeling on 1st October and 1st January together is 12 degree Celsius. Darjeeling, right? So maximum temperature of 1st October and 1st January. So both of these values put together, right? The sum is 12. Okay. So this plus this both put together is 12. Now what is the question? Then what is the average temperature of Darjeeling for the overall months together? Right. So what will be the average temperature? When you add these two, you are getting 12. So you have 14, 12, 11, 2. Correct. So that is nothing but 14 plus 14, 28. 28 plus 11, 39. Right. 39. How many months are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 39 divided by 5. That will be your average. What is that? That is going to be 7.8. Correct? 39 by 5, 7.8. Option 1 is your answer. See, this question is just attention to detail question. It's a very, very easy question. Mark scoring and such questions, if they come in the examination, please do not skip it. Next one. If the maximum temperature of Jammu and Kashmir on 1st October is 16 degrees Celsius, then what is the ratio of the minimum temperature of Darjeeling on 1st September to the maximum temperature of Jammu and Kashmir on 1st October? Yes. So what is given here? If the maximum temperature of Jammu and Kashmir on 1st October is 16. So if this is 16, then what is the ratio of the minimum temperature of Darjeeling on 1st September? Minimum temperature of Darjeeling on 1st September is 12. Now what is the ratio of the minimum temperature of Darjeeling on 1st September to the maximum temperature of Jammu and Kashmir on 1st October? 12 by 16, 3 by 4. Very easy. Option 5. Next one. So next we are moving on to the number series question. So as I said, there were 2 data interpretation sets. We have done both the sets. Both of them were fairly easy. The second one that we did on the temperatures, right? That was the easiest of both. And next we had few questions on number series. So let's try those. So this is the first question. Try this. Now it's a standard pattern that has been followed. See, what they have done is multiply the given number by minus 3 plus 15. Right? This has been done throughout. That's all. So 6 into minus 3 plus 15. So the answer will be minus 3. So again minus 3 into minus 3 plus 15. So the answer will be 15 plus 9, 24. 24 into minus 3 plus 15. So what will come? 24 into minus 3 plus 15. Minus 57. Minus 57 into minus 3 plus 15. 186. 186 into minus 3 plus 15. That will be minus 543. See, another thing is you can automatically eliminate these 3 options because you know the answer is going to be negative. There are only 2 negative options here. So if this was also a positive option, you could have eliminated that as well and directly marked that as your answer, because you see there are alternative positive and negative terms. So most likely the next one has to be a negative term, right? See, these are things that you can use in case you don't have time. You don't have enough time in your hand. You are just skimming through the question at the last second, right? And all the options are positive. There is only one option which is negative. Obviously, it has to be the negative one, right? Looking at the pattern. So you can take a guess like that. So see, another some of you have given me another logic to be applied for the same question. So like Saeed says minus 9, 27, minus 81, 243, minus 729, right? This logic is also possible. Very good. Yeah. Or the difference gets multiplied by minus 3. Yes. And put plus and minus alternatively. Okay. Good. So that is another way. See, your friends have given another way to approach the question. See, whichever strikes you during the examination, do that. That's all. Next. Number series is one topic where there are no shortcuts. Only thing that you have to do is keep practicing. Mostly during the examination, when you see the question, you would be able to crack the logic. Sometimes you will not be able to. Only thing that you can do is skip the question, go to the next question. Okay? Don't break your head over a series where you are unable to crack the logic. It will be a waste of time. So what's the logic behind this question? Behind this pattern? 4, 8, 14, 23, 36.5 question mark. See, 4 into 3 by 2, right? Plus 2, which is equal to 8. 8 into 3 by 2 plus 2, which is equal to 14. 14 into 3 by 2 plus 2, that is equal to 23. Next would be 23 into 3 by 2 plus 2, that is 36.5. And so 36.5 into 3 by 2 plus 2. Or what is that? 56.75. So this is one way to approach it. Multiply by 3 by 2 plus 2. Got it? Next one. Again, there were 1 or 2 more questions on number series. And then next were few questions on simplifications and approximations. So here you have to find out what is the approximate value. Come in the place of question mark, find the approximate value of that. Again, very easy question. See here, these are mixed fractions. Mixed fractions, so you have 2 3 by 10. Mixed fractions are when you have a whole number part and a fractional part, right? So 2 3 by 10 plus 2 1 by 6 minus 1 7 by 30 is equal to question mark whole to the power. Here it is actually 1 by 3, okay? It is the way it has been printed, you might get confused whether it is 3 or 8. I am just telling you it is 3. Whole question mark to the power 1 by 3 divided by 4 plus 1 7 by 30. So when you have mixed fractions where you have a whole number part and fractional part, what you can do is you can take the whole number parts together and the fractional parts together. So basically you can write this as 2 plus 2 minus 1. Okay, see, you can write it like this, 2 plus 2 minus 1. I'm bringing this also to the other side, okay? Again 1 minus 1 will be there, right? Plus, then take the fractional parts together. See, 2 3 by 10 is nothing but 2 plus 3 by 10. Okay, so then it will be clear. So this is 3 by 10 plus 1 by 6 minus 7 by 30. Again this will come this side, that's also minus, no? So again minus 7 by 30. Right, this is equal to question mark whole to the power 1 by 3 divided by 4. Right, so you need not write all this like this. I am just explaining, so I am writing. This you can directly add here, no? 2 plus 2, 4. 4 minus 1, 3. 3 minus 1, 2. So here you will have 2. Directly you can start with this step itself. Right? So here LCM is 30. So you will have, so it will be 9 plus 5 minus 7, 14. Correct? Minus 14. Basically this part will get cancelled. Here 9 plus 5, 14. 14 minus 14 is 0. So here the fractional part gets cancelled. This is equal to question mark whole to the power 1 by 3 divided by 4. So this 4 is going up. So what will you get? You will have 8 is equal to cube root of something. So what is the what will be the value that comes here? It will be 512. Cube root of 512 is only 8. So your answer is option 3. So basically this is the only step that you have to write to arrive at the answer. Right? Very easy question. So the answer here is option 3, 5 and 2.